Welcome back to another video. I'm your tech guide, Wayne, and this video is going to be a full new user guide of how to use the Samsung Galaxy A53. So we're going to cover everything you'll need to know, starting with the basics to cool tips and tricks. We're going to show you how to mirror your phone to a TV. We'll then cover how to take a screenshot, what to do if your screen starts to malfunction, how to restart it using the exterior buttons, and how to factory reset the phone when you're ready to pass it on to the next person. So this will be a full new user guide, so make sure you watch all the way to the end. The video will also be broken up into chapters, so you can move through different sections. Maybe you don't need the beginner stuff, but you'd like to jump to the tips and tricks. Simply go down in the description section and you'll see the different chapters. You can jump right to those chapters to watch what is most relevant for you. Let's start with our button navigation. So on the outside of the phone here, you'll find most of the buttons are going to be on the right side. We have a power button down here, power sleep button. Pressing it will wake up the phone. Pressing it again will put the phone asleep. Here we'll have a volume up and a volume down button. This will just help you again toggle through your sound settings. You won't find anything on the left side of the phone. Left side is blank. You won't find anything at the top. The top is pretty clean. At the bottom you will find your SIM card tray right here, and you'll find your charging port. Now this phone uses a Type-C charging type, and unfortunately it will not come with a wall charger in the box, just the USB cable, FYI. Now I will have a link below in the description of where you can find some really inexpensive but quality chargers for this phone, so definitely check out the description section for those links. Okay, so we're gonna tap our power button to wake up the screen. Just take your finger, put it on the screen. Oh, if you find the screen goes off before you can do this, just simply tap the screen twice, and that usually will wake up the screen. Take your finger, put it on the screen, and just drag it up, and that'll take you right into the phone. And now we're at the home screen. Now you'll find on the home screen 3 buttons at the bottom: a recent apps button, a home button, and a back button. Let's walk through what these buttons do. So these are the main 3 buttons that you'll be using to navigate the phone. The first important button you'll need to know is the home button, and basically this always takes you back to this screen. So if I were to tap on this button, which is your internet button, if you want to browse the internet, you would tap on this, which is your Google Chrome or your internet browser. Tapping on this will take us to the web, where we can do some searches, go to a website, check on news, current events, whatever. If we want to get back to that home screen, we're going to tap our home button. Just like that, takes us back to our main screen. No matter what you're doing, this button will always take you back to your home screen. And if you ever don't see this button at the bottom of the screen, because sometimes when you're in a video, this button will disappear temporarily, you just swipe up from the bottom, you swipe up, it'll bring up this menu, and then you can tap that to go back to the home screen. Next, we have our back button. The back button does exactly what it sounds like. It takes us back one step. So for example, if I wanted to go to, I'm going to go to the settings. I'm in the settings menu. I know I did that quickly. Don't worry, I'll show you how to get back to settings in a later part of the video. Let's say I found one of the menu options and I selected it, and then I made another selection. If I want to go back one step, all I have to do is tap the back button, and it will take me back one step, just like that. Every time I tap it, it'll take me back one page. And you'll get to a point where there's nowhere else you can go, so if I tap it again, it'll take me back to the home screen. So all you need to know is the back button takes you back one step. Now on the left side here, we have what's called the recent apps button. And this button, when you tap it, it'll show you the apps that you previously had open. Now I keep using this word apps. I want to explain to you exactly what that is. So these little icons, they're all called apps. Apps are short for applications. Think of like a computer. On a computer you have programs, on phones, you have apps. So if you hear me say the word apps, just know I'm referring to these little icons, okay? So the recent apps button, when I tap this, it will show me all the apps that I have used previously on the phone. If you remember a few minutes ago, we went to settings. So here's my settings app here. And we went to Google Chrome, where I showed you how to use the back button. Well, these apps are still running in the background of the phone. So I can simply get back to this menu by tapping this. This will show me everything that's running. And I can easily just swipe up if I want to close any of these applications that have been running in the background. One important thing to note, if I go to Google Chrome and then I hit the home button to go back to the home screen, Google Chrome is still running in the background. And if I want to close it, I have to hit recent apps, swipe up, and then it's actually closed. That's really all that third button does. Okay, so that's our button navigation. We now have walked through our exterior buttons and now our buttons that are on screen. Next, we will move into what is called our notification panel. This is where you will see different notifications coming through the phone. For example, if you get a call, if you get a new email, if you get a text message, they'll show up in this section called the notification panel. So, just like that, if you want to get to that menu, you'll just need to swipe down from the top of the screen like that, and then you can see what notifications have come through the phone. And right now, there aren't too many. I haven't had any calls or texts or emails, but if I did, it would show up in this menu, and I would simply tap on them to open that message to read it further. Now, I do have a notification from the weather app, and I can tap on that to explore further what came through that notification. Now, what you'll also find in this section is what are called your switches. And these little switches control different options or different settings on the phone. For example, if you wanted to connect to your home Wi-Fi network, or you're at a friend's house, you want to connect to their Wi-Fi, guess what? You would need to use this little switch, which is a shortcut to the Wi-Fi settings where you connect to a network. So first, you want to make sure it's lit up, and it's lit up in blue, which means that our Wi-Fi is turned on. Now next, I need to hold down on this little icon for 1 second, and that's going to take us to the menu, just like this. So hold. Let's try it again. Hold. Now, it's taking us right to our Wi-Fi menu. And this is where you can see what Wi-Fi networks are available, and you can select the network you'd like to connect to. Now, I'm currently connected to my home Wi-Fi, which is right here. Now, what you would do is look for your networks. Let's say your home network was Spectrum 468. You would find it on the list, tap on it, and then the keyboard will pop up for you to enter the password. And then you would tap the blue button to connect. And that's how you connect to a Wi-Fi network. That's it. Let's back out of here. Now there's a few more options you'll find in that notification panel. You'll find your sound button. Now the sound button is going to allow you to basically put your phone on vibrate or silent, just like this. Just tap on the icon, and you'll see that the visual is going to change. Now it's a slash over the speaker, and if I tap it again, guess what? It's not blue anymore, and that's telling us that our sound is completely turned off. If I get a call or get a text message, my phone is not going to ring, and it's not going to make a sound. Now if I want to turn that sound back on, I simply are going to tap that button, and guess what? Now my phone is ready to make noise again. So if I get a call, it's going to ring. If I get a text, I'll get a ping notification. We also have our Bluetooth icon here. If you have a Bluetooth speaker or headphones, you can, same thing, hold down on the button. It'll take you to your Bluetooth menu, and this will allow you to connect to be able to then use your Bluetooth device with your phone. And there's a lot more options in here. You've got your rotation, you've got your airplane mode, you have a flashlight. You can turn this on and use your flash as a flashlight. That's a super helpful feature. You'll also notice you have a shortcut right here to your settings. And if I tap here, it'll take me to the phone settings menu where I can then go through and make more advanced changes. So you'll find a lot in this notification panel section. Now, a few more things that I want to show you before we move on to the next section. If I swipe down again a second time, it's going to bring up more switches that I can control. We have a power saving mode. This will allow your battery to stretch a lot longer. We have a screen recorder mode. If I swipe left, we have some other cool options. Nearby share, where you can send pictures and videos to other Android users. You have a lot of other cool options, and you have a QR code scanner right here. Tapping this will allow you to open up your camera and make your phone ready to be able to scan a QR code. So a lot of great options. I encourage you to play around in this menu because you'll find a lot of important settings here. Now there's one last thing I want to show you that is very important for you to know, which is how do I turn this phone off? One thing you'll notice is this button here, just pressing it is going to put your phone to sleep, but the phone is not off. If I tap it again, it's going to wake up the phone. But watch this. If I swipe down once and I swipe down again, guess what? I now have a power button that shows up here. You'll notice if I am just here, I don't see the power button. But that second swipe down is what gives you the power button. And now I can tap that button and I can power the phone off, restart it, or go into the emergency mode setting. So, important thing to note, wanted to make sure you knew about that. Okay, the very last thing I'm going to cover in our sort of first section here, which is just navigating the phone, is how to find where your apps are. So as you swipe left and right, you'll see a couple of apps, but there's more than what you see on the screen. So you'll need to swipe up, and this will take you to what is called your app drawer. This is where you'll find all the apps that are installed on your phone. So I can swipe left and you'll find more on this page here. And basically, these are all the different apps that are currently installed on the phone. But you might say to yourself, well, I want more apps. Where's Uber? Where is Solitaire, slot machines? I want more apps on my phone. Well, let's now move into our next section where I'll be covering how to download apps. Okay, let's talk about downloading apps on your phone. So you'll need to go to what is called the Play Store to download applications, which you'll find the app right here. This white icon with the little play button, that is your Play Store. Let's tap on that now. Now, one important thing to note before we get into downloading apps is when you tapped the play button, you might see one of two things. You might either see what I'm seeing right now, which is we're in the store and we're able to download apps, or you might see a white and blue screen that's asking you to sign into your Google account. One important note, you need to have a Google account to be able to download apps on the phone. What is a Google account? It could simply just be a Gmail. Now, if you have a Gmail, on the screen you'll see an option that says to sign in, and you'll simply tap on that, enter your email address and your password, and hit next. If you don't have a Gmail, don't worry. You should see a button in the bottom left corner of your screen that will say create an account. You can tap on that and you can create a Gmail in just 1 minute. They will allow you to create one on the phone right now, assuming you have internet. You're gonna put in your first name, your last name, and they'll ask you what do you want your email address to be. Follow the prompts, and when you finish setting up your Gmail, it'll take you to this screen, which is called, again, the Google Play Store. The Play Store is where you'll find games, apps, and books. So let's walk through how to download an app. Now there's different ways to go about this. You either know what you're trying to download, and in that case you would search for it, or you don't know what you want to download and you simply want to look around and see what you find. So if you're someone who already knows what you want to download, and I'm going to just do that first, I'm going to say, hey, I want to download a solitaire game. I'm going to use the search box at the top of the screen. The first thing I'll do is tap in the box, and I'm going to type in solitaire. In fact, you can start typing it and it will begin to recommend games already. So I can just tap here, solitaire, and it will begin to show me all the different options there are for solitaire. You'll be surprised, there are quite a few. Now another way you could have done that is, instead of typing it, you simply tap on the microphone in the upper right corner right here, and once you tap the microphone, just say it. That's it. Solitaire. So that's a really cool shortcut to search for whatever you're trying to find. So I'm going to say it, it's going to search, and let's see. I'm going to look through this list and see if there's any pictures I like. I think I want this solitaire. I'm going to tap on it, and if you'll notice, I have this green button here that says install. Now, if that button says install, that's your way of knowing it is a free app. But if that button has a price where it says install, that means it is not a free app, it is paid. So be aware of that, just in case you weren't trying to pay for an app, you wanted to find a free version. I always say, try to find a free version first, and if you can't, then get a paid version. I'm gonna tap this green button that says install, and guess what? It's gonna begin downloading it to the phone. And just know that it will take a little time depending on how fast your internet connection is. So again, if your connection is quick, this could happen super fast. If your connection is not as fast, this could take a little bit longer, but it really doesn't matter. When this circle fills up, that's going to tell you it's installed. And when this button lights up green, we'll know that it's installed on the phone. And there it is, just that fast. Now I can either tap the play button here to go right into it, or I can tap the home button, swipe up, swipe to my left, and there's our new app, our solitaire app. I can now tap on that, and I can begin playing solitaire on my phone. So that is the process to download an app on the phone. Now, that's the first process. Now, I mentioned earlier that some of you might not know what you want to download, you just want to see what's available. So I want to show you quickly how to navigate the store to find different things you may want to download. Now, this is also a great opportunity for us to use our back button, because if I tap this, it'll take us out of this app and go back to the main page. So watch this. There we go. And if I tap it again, it'll take us back another step, and now we're on the home page of the Play Store. So you'll find first at the bottom of your screen, the store is broken up into games, apps, and books. So make sure you're on the right tab before you begin searching. So if you're trying to find a game, make sure you're in the game section, and they're only going to show you games. If you just want to find an app, and an app can be like Facebook, for example. It could be a note-taking app. You know, those are things you'll find in this section. So once you're on the right section, at the top here, you'll find categories. So you'll find top charts, kids, or you can go to a category breakdown, and then you can say, hey, what type of app am I looking for? And you can swipe through and see all the different options there are, and then select the category from there to see a more specific list of apps that you might be looking for. So let's say we quickly went to house and home, and we'll find apps that are for buying a home. And you can swipe through, you can swipe up, and you'll find lots of app options there. So those are just a few tips on navigating the store where you'll be able to download apps. And that's our process of downloading apps to your phone. In the next section, we're going to talk about how to make a phone call. So to make a phone call, you'll be tapping on this green button in the bottom left corner. This will take you to what is called the dialer. And under keypad, you'll see your numbers and you'll simply type in a phone number. I'm going to enter a phone number now. And if I want to call, I'm going to tap the green button. And that will initiate a call. Now I don't have a SIM card in here right now, so the call ends as soon as I initiate it, but the process is going to be the same. Input the area code and the phone number, tap the green button, and that's how you initiate a call. Next, let's talk about how to send text messages. So you'll have this green button at the bottom of the screen. This is your Messages app. We're going to tap on that, not green button, blue button. Tap on the blue button. This will take us to our Messages app, and I can tap on this little blue button, this little circle, to start a new message. Let's enter a phone number, and then we're going to hit done at the bottom right corner. So now our text message is set up. I'm going to send a message to this person. I'm going to tap in this box where it says text message. And once my keyboard comes up, I can begin typing my message. Hi, happy Tuesday. There we go. Now I can simply hit this button here to send the message, or I can do a few more things. I can tap on this little icon here to send an emoji with it. Maybe you want to send a smile or happy face. I can tap on this arrow right here, and I can then attach a picture that I've taken on the phone. So tap on there, and then I can go to my gallery. I can tap on gallery, and I can find a picture that I've just taken, and I can attach it, or I can raise up the phone right now and simply snap a picture by tapping on this little white circle here. There's my picture. I'm going to tap this blue attach button, and guess what? Now I've just attached a picture to my message, and I'm going to hit the arrow here to send it. Now again, I'm not connected to a network, so it's not going to actually send it, but hitting this button is the last step that allows you to send off the message. And it's just that easy. That's how you send a text message. Now let's talk about how to make the text or the font size larger. The text is quite small out of the box, but all this can be adjusted in the settings. Who remembers how to get to the settings? That's okay, let me show you again. Swipe down from the top, go to the upper right corner, tap on the settings wheel, and we're gonna go to the display section and swipe up to first font size and style. And here we have a little blue bubble that we can drag to the right to make the font size bigger. And you'll notice the text here is going to get bigger to reflect how much larger the font is going to be. Here we go. So bigger, 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 and really big. So that is how you adjust the font size. Again, set it to what is appropriate for you and what you need. You can also make the font bold to make it even thicker. And then you can go to font size. You can also change the style here as well, if that would be more helpful to have a different font style. Let's hit our back button. And usually there's two different options here, but on this phone they've consolidated it to just one option. So this is all you need to adjust to make the font size bigger. Now if we go to our home screen, you'll even notice our words are now bigger. And also if we go to the web as well, you'll notice the font is bigger here. So you'll notice the font will be larger across the phone. Okay, let's talk about email now. So some of you may already have your email account on the phone. We talked about it earlier when we signed into the Play Store that you did need to have a Gmail on the phone. but you may have other email accounts you'd like to use. For example, you might have an AOL or Yahoo or an SBC Global. So if you want to sign into those accounts so you can also see those emails on the phone, you're gonna tap on this folder on the front here that says Google and tap on Gmail. You're probably saying to yourself, it's not a Gmail, it's something else. Well, guess what? The Gmail app will allow you to sign into multiple email types at the same time. You'll tap on the plus right here where it says add another email. And here you'll see a list of options. So Google, Outlook, Hotmail, Yahoo, Exchange. These are some of the other email types that you can use on the phone. Now, if you have an AOL or an SBC Global, it's a bit harder to sign in using this app. So I want to show you a little trick on how to find another app that will allow you to sign into those other email types. Let's go home. We're going to go to our Play Store, which is right here. We're going to take a step back. Okay, we're going to tap in our search box up here, and I'm going to type it first in the left corner right here of the keyboard. I want to get to my special characters. I'm going to type the @ symbol, and then I want to type in AOL or SBC. If you notice, they're already showing up on the screen here. So basically the trick is, whatever your email type is, you're going to type the @ symbol and then AOL.com, SBC Global, whatever it is, to find an app that supports that email type. So in this case, I can just tap on AOL, and guess what? It's going to show me an app that will work with AOL email accounts. So I can simply download this app and I can use this for my AOL email. Or I can erase that and I can try sbcglobal.net, and then it will give me a list of apps that support that email type. So guess what? The Yahoo app will allow you to log into your sbcglobal.net. Your email, all email access, or Samsung email, these are other email apps that will let you sign into an SBC Global. So I can tap here, tap my green install button, and it will begin to download that app on the phone. And guess what? Once it downloads, where are you going to find it? Let's hit our home button, swipe up, swipe to your left, give it a few seconds. We're going to see it show up right here next to our Solitaire app, and then we can use that app to sign into our email that is in sbcglobal.net. So that is a quick rundown of signing into your email accounts on the phone. And all you'll need to do now is, again, tap on one of the apps and input your email address and your password, and you're all set. Next, we'll talk about the camera, how to take pictures, and then where do I find the pictures I just took? So you'll find in the bottom right corner the camera icon, and I'm going to tap on that. This will allow me to bring up the camera and take pictures. I'm going to tap the white button here to snap the picture. And guess what? If I want to make it a little bit clearer, because it looks a little blurry right now, I'm going to tap on my main subject just like this. And tapping on the subject will make it slightly clearer, and then hit the white button to snap that picture. Now, if I'd like to switch to taking a video, I'm going to tap on the video button right here. And notice my button's going to change to a red button, and that's how I'll know that I am set up to take a video. I'm going to tap the red button here. You'll see a timer at the top of the screen, and that lets me know I'm recording a video. I can move it around just like this, and then hit my stop button to stop the video. Now, you'll find a button, or excuse me, one more thing. So what if we want to switch to the front camera because we want to now take a selfie? We're going to tap that button to the right here. That'll reverse the camera, and now I can take a selfie just like that. Now I want to make sure I move over to photo. There we go. It's a horrible selfie. I look horrible, but I'll take it for the sake of the video because I love you guys. Now, I've taken up these pictures, and now the question is, how do I go back and see the picture I just took? Well, you'll find a little icon to the left. This will take you to your gallery, and the gallery will allow you to go back and look at all the pictures you just took and the videos. So that's how you do a quick review to see what you just shot. Now we can also go here, which is the gallery app, and here we can swipe up to see all the pictures we've just taken as well. We can sort them into albums. We can do a lot of cool stuff. So that's where you'll go to look at your pictures and see how clear they were. This one actually came out really beautiful. That's awesome. And then I have my video here that we just took. There we go. And guess what? If you don't like it, no problem. Tap on the trash can, move to trash, and now that video is gone. Just that easy. Let's tap our home button. And that's a quick rundown of using the camera and then how to look at your pictures after you've taken them. The first thing we're gonna do is swipe down from the top of the screen here, upper right corner, tap on the little settings wheel. And we're gonna go to our display section of the settings, swipe up, tap on screen timeout, and we're gonna change this to either 2 minutes or 5 minutes. This way, your screen will not go dim as fast. This will keep the screen on longer without you touching the screen. So always recommend to do that right out of the box. Next, we're gonna connect to our Wi-Fi network. Swipe down from the top of the screen, and in the upper left corner, you'll find this little icon. That is your Wi-Fi icon. And I just did a swipe down to get to more of the menu. Now, if this is lit up in blue, it means your Wi-Fi is turned on the phone. Now, if we want to connect to our Wi-Fi network, we're going to just hold down on this icon for 1 second. It will take us to this menu, and now we can look for our network and begin to connect. I'm going to connect to the Meatloaf 2.4. You'll simply tap on it. Obviously, at your house, it'll be a different code, but look for your Wi-Fi network. Tap on it, and at this section, you would enter the password. Once you've entered the password, you'll hit connect. And there we go. You should see connected under your network, and that's how you'll know you are now connected to your home Wi-Fi. This will also work if you're out in public, if you're at a Starbucks or a Denny's, you want to connect to their network, follow those same instructions, and that's how you get on the Wi-Fi. Now, for the next tip, I want to show you how to change your wallpaper on the phone. This is the stock wallpaper here, but if we hold down on just a blank spot of the screen, in the left corner, you'll find the option Wallpaper and Styles. You'll tap on that. And you can either go to My Wallpapers, which is what's already installed on the phone. First, we can see what other wallpapers are already available. And there's always a few nice ones in there. You can select one of these. You can go to the gallery, which is a picture that you've taken. If you've taken a picture on your phone, if you tap gallery, it'll let you make that the wallpaper for the phone. Or you have the wallpaper service here, which is the lock screen wallpaper service. Tap on there and you can have some cool things show up on the screen with the wallpaper service. One last thing you can do as well is next to wallpapers is themes. And if you tap on themes, it will take you to the Samsung Themes store. And here you can actually go through and find free and paid wallpapers that you can put on your phone, and they do change by the season. Sometimes they have sports teams. There's a big selection you have available. So check that out. You'll find different wallpapers and themes and different icon styles as well to go with your phone. Hopefully the update is done. And now we can look through, and these are just some of the options you have to pick from to change your wallpaper. Okay, in the next section, we're gonna go over, hey, how do I transfer all the data from my old phone to my A53? Well, here's what you're gonna do. Swipe down from the top of the screen. We're gonna go back to our settings wheel in the upper right corner. We're gonna swipe up, and we're gonna go to the Accounts and Backup tab. And then we're gonna go to Bring Data from old device. Hit agree, and what it's going to do is it's going to download the Samsung Smart Switch app, which is the app that will allow you to take your pictures, your videos, your contacts, text messages, call log. It'll take all that information from your old phone and move it to your phone right now. So we're going to go home. It's installing the app right now. So if I swipe up and get to my app section, so if you just give it a minute, it'll just open automatically actually. So if you look at it, the app is opening right now. We're going to just go through the prompts here. And so now our phone is set up and ready to receive data from our old device. Now all you'll need to do is on your old phone, turn it on, go to the Play Store, and you'll just need to search for the Samsung Smart Switch app on that old phone and download it. And then on your old phone, it's going to show this same screen. Once you download the Samsung Smart Switch app, you'll tap Send Data on the old phone. And on the new phone, you'll tap Receive Data, and they will basically find each other, pair, and then you'll be able to select what you want to transfer from your old phone to the new phone. So that's simply all you have to do to transfer all your data from that old phone to this phone. All right. Next, we're going to go over downloading essential apps. So one of the things Samsung has done recently is they don't put as many apps on the phone to start because they're trying to save your data space, your storage. But there are some really cool apps that they offer that you should look into downloading on your phone. So on the home screen, you're going to tap on Galaxy Store. And in the right corner, upper right corner, tap on the little magnifying glass. And if you just type in Samsung and hit search, or the magnifying glass in the bottom right corner, it will bring up a list of all of the Samsung stock apps that you can download for this phone. So there is a Samsung music player. So if you brought over MP3s or music files from your old phone, this will allow you to play those songs on your phone right now. Tap on this little drop down here to download those apps. As we swipe up, we have Samsung Health, which can track your steps, water intake, allow you to connect to the Samsung Watch if you have one. There's a Samsung Plus TV app that will allow you to watch shows on your phone. There is a Samsung Wallet as well that will allow you to use Samsung Pay and also store other financial data on your phone. There is Samsung Members, which actually gives you different perks for having a Samsung phone. Also has a diagnostic tool built in. If your phone is not working properly, it can help you with diagnosing your phone. There is a Samsung email app, Samsung Notes, which I also recommend. It's a great app to keep notes on your phone. So let's see, that's already there. There's even a Samsung blockchain wallet that you can use to store your crypto on your phone safely as well. So I encourage you to swipe through here and see if there's any apps that you like and might be useful to you. One other one is Samsung Video Library. This also helps you organize all the videos you've taken on your phone to make it easier for you to go back through and look at them later. So this is simply the essential apps. Go through and find what is relevant to you and download it, because Samsung makes great apps for their phones. But again, they're not putting them all on the phones to try to save some of your storage. Okay, next we're going to go over how to set up your fingerprint sensor so you can unlock the phone with your fingerprint. We're going to swipe down from the top of the screen. Upper right corner, tap on the settings wheel again. We're going to go to the biometrics and security screen, and we're going to tap on fingerprint. So on this phone you can set up two things: a facial recognition, so bringing the phone up to your face, it will automatically unlock seeing your face, or you can set up the fingerprint sensor. In this case, I'm just going to set up the fingerprint sensor. You can always come back to this screen and tap on facial recognition when you're ready to set up that for yourself as well. But let's tap on fingerprints, tap continue. Now before you can set up a fingerprint, it will ask you to first set up a lock screen password, which is a backup in the event that your fingerprint sensor ever stops working. This will give you another way to sign to your phone. I'm gonna do the pattern, or excuse me, the pin, and just make it 4 zeros. There we go. Now that we have a pin set up, now I'm going to take my finger and begin tapping it on the fingerprint sensor, which is right here. And all you'll want to do is just put it down and lift. Put it down, lift. Try to adjust your fingerprint in different positions over the button so it can read more of your fingerprint. Also, try to hold the phone how you normally hold it, because that will also make the reader more accurate to the fingerprint. There we go, and we're almost there. Okay, there we go. Now, one more important tip, I always recommend setting up more than one fingerprint, because sometimes you might have oil on that one fingerprint, or maybe you're holding the phone with your other hand and you just want to have a fingerprint on both hands set up. So I would tell you hit add and add a second fingerprint just as a backup. In this case, I'm going to hit done, hit agree, and guess what? Now I can turn the screen off, use my fingerprint, one tap to wake up the screen, and then tap there, and now I'm able to unlock the phone using my fingerprint. Okay, next we're going to go over how to sign into your email accounts on your phone. So the easiest way to do this is go to the Google folder you'll find on the home screen and go to Gmail. Now a lot of people don't know this, but with the Gmail app you can actually sign into other email types that are not Gmail. All you have to do is tap here, add an email address, and these are all the supported types for this phone. So obviously a Gmail, a Hotmail, Outlook, a Live, a Yahoo, or Exchange, or Office 360. So you have a few different options that are available for you to sign in to your accounts. Now, you might be saying, well, what if I have an email account that is different than what I'm seeing on this screen? For example, what if I have an AOL or an sbcglobal.net? Well, here's a cool tip of how you can sign into those email accounts if you don't see it in this list here. We're gonna go to the Play Store. We're gonna tap where it says Google Play. And what I'm gonna do is simply hit the button in the bottom left corner here and tap the @ symbol. And whatever your email account type is, you're gonna enter it here. So for example, for AOL, I'm just gonna type AOL.com. So at AOL.com, hit the search, and it's going to bring up apps that it recommends for me to use with that email type. So in this case, there is a specific AOL app that I can use for this. I'm going to tap install. I'm going to swipe up, and just so you can see, there are some other apps that are showing up here, the Samsung email app, this regular email app. So all these other apps will support this email type. And that's what you can use to sign into that email. Now if I tap in the box here, I'm going to erase this, and now I'm going to type in sbcglobal.net. I'm going to hit the search again, and here are other apps that will support sbcglobal.net. So that's an easy tip on how to find a comparable app that will work with your email type. Now all you have to do is just simply swipe up and either go to that email app, which would be the AOL one, or the Gmail app one you'll find here, sign to your email account, and you're good to go. And our very last setup tip is going to be how to stop the apps from moving on your home screen. So sometimes you might have set up your screen a certain way, and then guess what? This app gets moved all the way over here for some reason. Could be because the phone's on your pocket, or you've let one of your younger kids or nieces or nephews play with the phone, and they've moved all the apps all over the place. So there's a little tip you can do on the home screen to lock the apps in place so they can't be moved unless you turn this feature off. So take your finger, find a blank spot on the screen, hold down. We're gonna tap on settings. And here, I'm going to look for the option that says lock home screen layout and turn this on. Now if I hit the home button, if I try to hold down this app to move it, I can't. It's gonna say your home screen is locked, it can't be moved. This is a great way to just, again, lock down the screen. So once you have the phone set up how you want it, things will not move out of place. First tip I want to show you is how to run 2 apps at one time. And this is a really fun feature that allows you to just really maximize on using your phone and doing, again, I love to multitask. I love to do multiple things at once. So there's different ways to set this up. I'm going to show you how I like to set it up, which is simply decide what 2 apps you want to open. I want to have YouTube open. So I'm going to open up YouTube first, then hit the home button. And I'm going to open up Chrome as my second app. I'm going to go to the home button again. Now that I've opened both apps, I'm going to tap on recent apps right here. Swipe over. I want YouTube to be at the top, so I'm going to go to the YouTube app first. Tap on the YouTube icon and then tap open in split screen view. That will move YouTube to the top. And now I can tap on my Chrome app here and have that be at the bottom. So now I'm just going to come up here and start this video. Shameless plug, if you haven't already seen this video, I have a how to set up the A53. If you haven't already seen it, check out that link right there and you can watch that video and learn some cool things like transferring your contacts from an old device or some really cool apps you can download for the phone as well. So anyway, check that out. So my video is playing right here and now I can be on the internet. I can go to any site I want and I can basically be browsing while I'm watching the video. And I love to do this, again, I just love to have a lot of things going at once. So I watch YouTube videos all day, but I might be doing research on a new video or looking up what's happening in the news or the stock market. So I love the fact that I can use these 2 apps simultaneously. And when you're finished, you can always put your finger on the 3 white dots in the center and just drag down, and that'll take you out of the split screen view. So that's a super easy way to run 2 apps at one time, and it will also support the landscape. So if you turn the phone sideways, the split screen will continue to work. And here's another cool thing, and this is going to be a segue into our second tip. So let me actually explain the second tip, and then I'll show you this. I'm jumping ahead, but I'm going to show you our second tip, and then I'll show you how this split screen is going to tie into it. So you might have noticed this little gray line on the right side of the phone. This is called your edge panel. And if you just swipe from the edge of the phone into the phone like this, it'll actually bring up a shortcut menu that will allow you to get to your favorite apps or your recent apps. So right now, the 3 apps at the top will be your recent apps, and these other apps here will just be favorites. Now it pre-selects these, but if you hit the menu button at the bottom here and tap on edit, I can go in and I can set specific apps to be on this shortcut list. So you might say, hey, I'd love to have my clock on here so I can set my alarms at night before I wake up. You can drag that right there. And you might say, I don't really want to have the YouTube app right here. We can get rid of that. So just go through your list here and decide what do you want to be in your app edge. I also want Instagram to be there, so we'll move that where you just tap on it and it moves automatically. Now, moving into the cool thing I wanted to show you. So you can also have app pairing. So if you have a split screen combination that you like, for example, I had YouTube, and then I also had, with YouTube, you need to pause the video first. Make sure it's paused. Menu. So I had YouTube and I had Chrome. So I'm going to tap on the 3 dots here. It's going to give me this little option right here, which is to add it to the edge panel. So tap there, and it's going to move that app pairing. So now when I swipe over from that little handle, guess what? This is my app pairing with YouTube and Chrome. So it's a really cool way. So again, if I close out all the apps on the phone and I swipe left and I tap on this pair, guess what? It'll take me right back to YouTube and Google Chrome, just like that. So that's a cool way to, one, multitask, and then now you have your new shortcut with all your favorite apps on the right. And This just makes it easier for you to get to the apps you use the most. Okay, let's move on to our third tip. Now this one, a lot of you may know, but I always find a few people that don't know this one, so I always like to include it. How do I keep my screen on longer? Do you ever find yourself, you're on the phone and you're not touching the screen and it goes dim so quick and it's frustrating? Well, all you have to do to adjust that is swipe down from the top of the screen, tap on the settings wheel in the upper right corner, and we're gonna swipe up to display, swipe up again, and go to screen timeout. Now out of the box, this is normally set to either 15 seconds or 30 seconds. I like to have it on either 2 minutes or 5 minutes, and that way your screen will stay on without you having to touch the screen, and you don't have to worry about constantly touching it every few seconds. It will stay on for at least 2 minutes or 5 minutes depending on what you set it on. So set it to your discretion, obviously. Okay, moving on to our next tip. This one's actually a hidden feature, which is, it's called the quick launch camera. And basically you'll be able to launch your camera anytime, no matter what you're doing. Let's say you are in Google Chrome and you're searching the web for something and something noteworthy or camera worthy comes up. You're gonna tap your power button 2 times and it's gonna automatically launch your camera, just like that. Now, what if the phone is off and you see something crazy happen? You can pull your phone out of your pocket with the screen off and you can double tap on that power button. It's gonna turn the phone on and take you right to the camera. So that's a really cool feature. It's called the quick launch camera. For those of you that just love to snap pictures of everything, this is a great feature to lean into. Now moving into our next tip, some of you might say, oh, that's cool, but I don't take a lot of pictures. I don't really care about that. Well, guess what? You can reprogram that double tap to open up any app, not just the camera. So let me show you how to do that. Swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again, tap on the power button that's right next to the magnifying glass. It's gonna take you to this menu. You're gonna tap on side key settings. And here you can change your double press and program it to open app. So tap here, and then it will let you go through your app list and say, what app would you rather be able to launch at a moment's notice? And so in this case, some of you might say, oh, I'd rather have it launch Instagram, or I'd rather have it launch Maps. Maybe you drive for DoorDash and you want to have your maps come up faster. Whatever it is, some of you for work, you might say, I'd love for it to launch my email. Whatever it is, select it, go back, and now if I double tap on that power button, it's gonna launch Instagram. So that's a really cool way just to get the most out of that feature. And that's if you're not a camera person. I use the camera all the time and I use that quick launch, so I'd never change that to something different, but I always like to include the option because some of you, guess what, you're not always that into pictures. Okay, moving on to our next tip. This phone has a really cool feature which is called the always on display. And the way it works is when you turn the screen off, it will show a clock on the home screen or on the lock screen. But here's the frustrating part. Right now my screen is dim and it's not showing the clock because I have to tap the screen once to get it to come up, which is frustrating. So we can make one tweak in the settings and we can change that. So let's go to our settings again and we're gonna go to lock screen and then always on display and tap where it says tap to show and change it to show always. Now, if I turn the screen off, it's gonna automatically show the always on display all the time. You won't have to tap the screen to get this to come up. And to me, this is how it should be. Now, some people, the reason Samsung sets it that way out of the box is it probably saves a little bit of battery, but to me, I'd rather be able to see the clock all the time. So that's why I like to make that adjustment. You can also set a schedule and say, you know, I'd love for it to show, but I don't want it to show at night. Or some of you guys might do it vice versa, and you might say, I'd love to see it at night, don't want to see it in the morning. So tap on show as scheduled, and that way you can customize it. All right, Moving on to our next tip, we're going to talk about a few things that are going to help you really customize this phone and make it unique to you. So the first thing is the Samsung theme store. By holding down on the home screen and tapping on themes, this will take you to the Samsung theme store where you can download themes, wallpapers, icons, and new always on displays for the phone. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time in here because you can be in here all day. There's so many cool things that are available, but I do want to show you this little tweak that I found that I personally love, which is how to find the free themes first, see if you like those, and if you don't, then you can always check out the paid themes. So if you tap on top and then all, change it to free, you can browse all of the free themes first and see if there's a free one that you like. Maybe this one's kind of cool right here. If you want to browse it, just simply tap on it. It will show you screenshots and you can swipe through and see what everything looks like. It will change your lock screen, your home screen. It'll change your dialer. It'll change your text messages, and it'll change notification panel. So it's changing everything. So if you like it, you simply tap download and then you can install it. So that's a little trick just to be able to look for the free options first before you look for the paid options. Obviously, they're all mixed in. Now, there is another app you should download to really help you customize and enhance what you can do on this phone, and that is going to be in the Galaxy Store. So tap on Galaxy Store, and we're going to do a search. Upper right corner, tap on the magnifying glass, and we're going to type in Good Lock. If you know about this app, you know this is one of the best apps Samsung has ever developed. If you don't know, you need to know about it. So look, this is the app right here. It's called Good Lock. It's free. It is only available on the mid-tier and the high-end Samsung devices. So that just tells you how good of a phone the A53 is, because it is available. If you were to get one of the lower tier, the A13 or the A03, it's not available on those phones. So this is an app you want to play around with because you can do so much. It allows you to customize just about everything on the phone. I don't even have the time to go into all this app can do, but what I encourage you to do is to play around with it. You'll find all of these sort of mini themes you can download. So there's Theme Park. Just to show you a few, there's Wonderland. This allows you to create 3D motion wallpapers. There is Lockstar. It allows you to customize what you see on the lock screen. There is Keys Cafe. It allows you to create a custom keyboard with colors and different styles. There's so much in here. So download this, and basically you'll need to tap on each of these and download them again. And just play around with them, and you'll see there's so much awesome stuff you can do within this app to just really customize your phone and really soup it up, I like to say. All right, let's hit our home button. Let's move on to our next tip. So the next one is a feature called Max Power Saving Mode, and this is kind of hidden. You really have to kind of know it's there or you'll miss it. So swipe down from the top of the screen. We're gonna swipe down again and go to power saving, but I don't want you to just tap on it. I want you to hold down on it. Okay, I'm going to hold down on power saving. It's going to take you to the power saving menu options. So I can just turn it on, the regular power saving mode here, but let's say you find yourself in a situation where you need your battery to last you a very long time. We're not talking about an extra hour or two. We're talking about maybe an extra 9 hours. You'll want to turn on limit apps and home screen. And I want to show you what this is going to look like. So let's tap here. And now let's turn on power saving. Now this is the most aggressive power saving mode you can put the phone in. And this will allow your phone to stretch for a lot more hours. Sometimes you'll find yourself in a situation where you might not be able to charge for, again, over 6 hours, and you need your phone to be on. If you know you're in that situation, you need to turn on the max power saving mode. As you'll notice, the phone looks a lot different. It's going to strip down a lot of the extras, the motions, the animations, the colors, and it limits you to certain apps. But if you hit the plus here, you can see I can still use the camera, I can still use Chrome, I can still use all of my apps, but the goal would be to try to not use so much on the phone to stretch the battery as long as you can. So there we go. Again, you can tap here, I can add maps, I can add my camera, and I can add mail, just in case these are things you need to use. But again, once you go on this mode, try not to use the phone, because if you still use too many apps in this setting, your battery will drain. So the goal is put it in this setting and try not to use the phone unless you really need to. That will help you stretch for a very long time. Now, to get out of this mode, it's super easy. Tap on the 3 dots in the upper right corner and tap turn off power saving. And it takes just a few seconds for it to go back to the normal setting where all the colors are back, all the animation is back, and you can use the phone like normal. Okay, moving into our next, this is our second to last, so we're almost at the end, but I've got 2 more really cool things to show you, so stay with me. Okay, so this next tip, this is a new thing. Now this might have been on previous models, but I have never seen it before. So let's talk about it. So there's a feature where you can store your medical information in the phone so that in the event of an emergency, a paramedic or medical technician can actually learn about maybe a special condition that you have. So let me show you what this looks like. Swipe down from the top of the screen, tap on the settings wheel, swipe up, and we're gonna go to the safety and emergency section. So there's a tab here, it's called medical info. And in this section, it says emergency responders and others can access this info even when your phone is locked. So this is a really cool new feature. Tap on the pencil in the corner. You can put in medical conditions, allergies, current medications you're taking, your blood type. These are all really important things to be able to give to a first responder in the event that you are in some type of medical emergency and you have a condition that the average person wouldn't know about. So that's the first thing. You can program these into the phone. The next thing is you can set up emergency contacts. So you can hit that pencil right there and add people to call in the event of emergency. So I love that. And then you also have the emergency mode. Now with this mode, it's very similar to that ultra or that max power saving mode. So you can turn this on and it's basically going to restrict the phone to only certain apps. But watch this, I want to show you what it looks like. Once we go all the way through, we're going to hit agree. It's going to put us into that emergency mode. And I want you to think of it like this. You're in an earthquake, you're in a tsunami, you're in a building that has collapsed, something crazy. And the first thing you've got to do is, hey, I need this phone to stay on as long as I can so that I can contact help. So look, you'll be able to make an emergency call. You can turn on your location services so that people can access your location. And again, it's really stripping down what you're able to access, but the goal is that your phone is going to be usable because you don't know how long you're going to be in that emergency situation. You do have access to your flashlight. You also have this emergency alarm, which is awesome. You can make your phone make that loud, high-pitched noise to basically alert people to your position. And I pray I never have to use this, but I love the fact that the phone has this. And guess what? If there's an emergency, I'm turning this on to make sure my battery is going to stretch and make sure I have a way of letting people know where I am. You can also hit that share my location, and that's also going to send out a ping to all your emergency contacts to make sure that they can reach you as well. So again, really cool feature. This might have been on previous Samsung phones, but not laid out in this way. So I love that Samsung has now laid this out in a very clean way to basically allow you to set your phone up for emergency. So my note to you is, don't wait for an emergency to play around with this. Now that you know about this, add your emergency contacts in your phone, and add your medical conditions in there, especially if you have something that's really high risk or you could faint or black out. So in that situation, someone could use your phone to be able to find out what's wrong and hopefully help you to get through that. So I spent a lot of time on that, but I felt like that was something really important to explain. Let's move into our very last tip, which is how to optimize your phone to keep it running smooth and quick. This is going to also happen in the settings. A lot of these happen in the settings. It is what it is. Tap on the settings wheel. We're going to swipe up and we're going to go all the way to battery and device care. Here you'll find there's normally a button here that will say optimize. It's not there right now because the phone is optimized, which is great. But you might find yourself in a situation where the phone is running a bit slow and you're just trying to speed it up or close out any things that are running in the background that might be slowing the phone down. So what you'll need to do, go to the upper right corner, tap on the three dots, and you can tap add to app screen. And it's going to add this to the app screen, which is a device care shortcut. We can hold down on this device care shortcut here, drag it down, and we can actually move it right to our home screen. And so guess what? Now you don't have to go to the settings to do that whole optimization. Just simply tap here, tap on optimize now, and it will run that quick optimization check, checking the battery, checking your apps, and everything running in the background to make sure that anything that is not supposed to be open or that is slowing your phone down will be caught and closed to keep your phone running nice and quick and smooth. Okay, I said that was going to be our last one, but I have a bonus hidden feature that I'm sure a lot of you will want to know about. And this is how to hide apps on the phone. So if you hold down the home screen, go to home screen settings, tap on hide apps. It'll take you to your list of all the apps on the phone. And guess what? Maybe I want to hide my Instagram. And maybe I want to hide my TikTok. I can hit done, go home, and now if I swipe up, you won't find those apps in the app section here. So that's a cool, easy way to hide apps on your phone. And if you want to find those apps later and get them to show again, follow the same process. Hold down the home screen, tap on home screen settings, tap on hide apps, and all we have to do is hit the minus in the corner to unhide these apps. Hit done, go home, and you'll find those apps are back in your app drawer, Instagram, TikTok. So that's how you hide apps on your phone. In the video today, I'm going to walk you through how to mirror your Samsung Galaxy A53 screen to your TV. I'm going to show you two different methods. One method is going to be how to mirror the entire screen and everything you're doing on the phone to the TV. And the second method, I'm just going to show you how to send a video from your phone to the TV. So for example, if you're trying to stream a Netflix video or Hulu video or something on YouTube or a video you recorded, how to do that. So let's get started. I'm going to walk you through what you need to be able to set this up and make it work for you. So in the first method, again, we're going to mirror just the phone and everything that we're doing is going to show up on the TV. To do this, first we will need to be in a location that has a Wi-Fi network. And as you'll see, I'm going to swipe down from the top of the screen. My Wi-Fi is turned on, this little icon, and I'm connected to my Wi-Fi network. And you can see it because you can see my little Wi-Fi icon at the top of the screen right here. So I'm connected to Wi-Fi, that's on. Second, I'm going to need a Google Chromecast, and that's what I'm going to use to mirror the phone to the TV. Now this will also work with a Roku as well, so Chromecast or Roku. But specifically in the video, I'll be demonstrating the process with a Chromecast, so just FYI. So what we'll need to do is go to the Google Play Store, and we'll need to do a search. So type in the box here, type in the word home, and search, and the Google Home app will come up. You'll need to download this app on your phone, and let's open it right now. And I'll walk you through the setup process. So we're just gonna hit get started, okay. And then we're gonna slide our phone to the left because because I want you to be able to see what's happening in real time on my TV once I hit the button and it begins to mirror to the TV. Okay, so I'm gonna throw my TV screen up right here so you can see in real time what's happening. Next, what we're gonna do is, so our TV is already turned on. Let me preface it. Make sure your TV is turned on. Make sure you are on the input that your Chromecast is plugged into, and you should see a wallpaper on the screen just like I have right here. I do have an older Chromecast, so if you have a newer version, you won't see a wallpaper like this. You'll see apps, which is their new setup, so doesn't matter as long as it's a Google Chromecast. All right, let's tap on this little button at the bottom under Other Devices. My Chromecast is named Chromecast 6871. Select that. I'm going to tap the button that says Cast My Screen. Cast My Screen. Start now. And in a matter of seconds, you'll see my phone pop up on the TV. And now everything I do on the screen is going to show up on the TV. Now this is a great option if you're, again, trying to demonstrate your gameplay. Maybe you're playing a mobile app, or maybe you're at work and you're trying to train a group of people on a process. You could mirror your screen to the TV and then basically demonstrate how to use the app and the whole process. So this does support landscape and portrait, so you can rotate the phone if you need to. As long as the app supports the landscape position, you'll be fine. And when you're all done and you're ready to stop the phone from mirroring to the TV, simply swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again. Oh wait, here it is. At the bottom where it says Casting Screen, you'll need to look for this option. Tap on the little arrow to the right, and when you tap it, it'll bring up the disconnect button, and tapping that will stop your phone from mirroring to the TV. So right now it's not mirroring anymore, and that was basically our first process, mirroring exactly what's on your phone to the TV. Now in the second process, I'm going to specifically show you how to just send a video, because maybe you're just trying to, again, stream Netflix, stream Hulu, show a video that you just recorded on your phone on the TV. So there's a bit of an easier process to do that, and you actually don't need a Chromecast to do that. It will be supported with Chromecast, Roku, and some Fire Stick devices, but this other method can simply work with just your phone and a smart TV. Again, they do have to be connected to Wi-Fi, but that's all you would need. So in the second method, first I'm going to bring up a video. So let's go to YouTube. I already have a video queued up. And at the top of the video, you'll see this little icon. This is the cast icon. You will see that icon in just about any video app, and that will allow you to send the video or cast it from the phone to your TV. So I'm going to tap the button now, and as you can see, I have a couple of options that are showing up. One is my Chromecast, but the other is my smart TV, and I can select that now and hit confirm, and after a few seconds you'll see the screen change, and it's going to begin playing that video right on the TV. And now I can hit my home button. I can start doing other things on the phone. If I need to respond to a text message, if I need to make a call, I can do whatever I want on the phone, and it's not going to stop the video from playing. And that's kind of why I love this second method. It allows you to just send whatever video you want to show, but still have full access to your phone. And if you want to control the video to make changes, all you'll need to do is swipe down from the top of the screen, and our video is playing here. You'll see at the top there's an arrow right here, and when you tap the arrow, it brings up some more options. So I can fast forward the video by dragging this little bubble to the right. I can also pause the video. I can also control the volume by using my volume buttons on the phone. So that is supported. And it looks like there's an ad coming up on the screen, which is funny. But this, again, will support the volume control. All that will work. And when you're finished and you don't want to cast your screen anymore or your video, just simply tap on the pause and the X, and that will close out the video and stop it from streaming to the TV. In the video today, I'm going to walk you through how to take a screenshot. It's super easy. You're going to just hold down on the power button right here and the volume button down for 1 second. Let's go ahead and try it. I find the easiest way to hold the phone is just bringing your left hand around, holding the volume down button, and then holding the power button with your thumb, and then just pressing down at the same time. So let's try it. 1, 2, 3, hold, let it go. It'll snap a screenshot. The first time it will ask you to allow the settings here, and then if you hit the crop button at the bottom, and sorry if that was a little fast, this will allow you to then crop the screenshot that you took, and you can focus it to the area that you wanted for the screenshot, or you can just have it cover the entire screen. That's up to you. You can also tap the little pencil here, and you can draw on the picture. Maybe you need to circle something or write a note, you can do that. And then you can share the picture immediately hitting this button, or download it hitting this little arrow down button. And that's it. And once we go to our gallery, right here, you can see there's your screenshot right there. It's also going to create a folder for you in albums. So if we go to albums, you'll now have a screenshot folder as well. Let me show you one more time just in case you missed it. Volume down, power, hold, let it go, screenshot, and then you can tap this crop button here again if you want to crop the picture after. If you don't want to crop it, if you just want to take a screenshot and that's it, just hold, let it go. It'll take the screenshot. That menu will go away after a few seconds, and then that photo is going to go right to your gallery. So we can go here, and now we have all of our screenshots we took right there. In the video today, I'm going to walk you through what to do if your screen is frozen or non-responsive. If you're trying to test the screen and it's not working, I'm going to show you a button command that will soft reset your phone, and it won't erase any information off. It will just restart your phone, and usually that will fix the glitch that is causing your phone to freeze. All right, what you'll need to do is hold down on the power and the volume down button for about 10 seconds. Here we go. Hold. Now you'll see this screen come up. Keep your fingers on the buttons, and again, give it about 10 seconds. As soon as the screen goes dark, let go of the buttons, and that will trigger the soft reset. Now, a soft reset, just so you know, is like what you would do years ago when you had a phone that had a battery in the back, and you would take the back of the phone off and take the battery out. It's mimicking that same process, except the phones we have now, they don't allow you to pull the back off. So with this process, it basically triggers a soft reset, just restarting the phone. And usually if your screen is frozen, this will fix that problem. However, if your phone restarts and your screen is still not responding, then that means you might have a bigger issue on your hands. And then I would recommend you take your phone to a service and repair center in your area and have a professional look at your phone to see if they can diagnose the issue and potentially look into options of replacing the glass. And in the video today, I'll be walking you through how to reset your Samsung Galaxy A53 back to factory settings. The first thing we'll need to do is swipe down from the top of the screen here. And in the upper right corner, you'll tap on the little settings wheel. And we're gonna swipe up and go to the accounts and backup section. And here we want to go to manage accounts. Before you factory reset a phone, it is very important that you remove any and all Google accounts that are on the phone. If not, when you try to set up the phone again, let's say a new person tries to set it up, they're going to ask you for the password for the accounts that you used on the phone previously. So you have to remove those old accounts, or the next person using the phone won't be able to use it. So I'm going to tap on my Google account here, tap remove account, and just that easy, I've removed the Google account, and now I can go back a few steps. And one more thing I want to point out before we do the reset is if you have important data on this phone you have not backed up or transferred to the new phone, I encourage you to purchase a micro SD card, and you can basically tap on this bring data from old device button here. It will then download the Samsung Smart Switch app, and you can back up all your data right here using this option. Tap on the memory card, and it will allow you to back up all your data to the micro SD card. So make sure you back up any and all data that is on the phone, because after the reset, we will not be able to go back and recover any of that data. It'll be lost forever. So 2 important notes there. Now we're going to tap on the bottom here where it says reset, and then go to factory data reset. Tap on reset, and then tap delete all. Now, once you hit that button, it will begin the factory reset process, and after that, you'll want to let the phone sit for about 5 minutes. It's going to restart itself a few times, and after that, it will take you to the welcome screen, and it will ask you to select a language. That's how you'll know your factory reset was successful. Hope you guys found this helpful. Hit the like button if it was helpful, and if you're not already a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for more videos. Take care, and as always, have a good one.